Well, hello, Kelter Shelter fans. How are you doing today? What have we got? Yes, you see the thumbnail correct. A picture of a pigeon with a light on his head. What's all that about? We'd better have a look at this little bad boy and we'll go through it. Right, let's get on. So guys, this is a very unusual, I think, French pigeon lamp. Yes, I'd never heard of them. A buddy of mine came up to me and pulled it out of his pocket the other day and said, "Do you want a pigeon?" I thought, what the hell are you on about? And he pulled this little lamp out and I thought, oh. Right, I am waiting for the brass spinel and the little globe that go on the top, because sadly that was missing, but I found somebody who actually supplies them. I will drop their details in here. They actually have an eBay shop and they supply the little brass spinels and the globe for them, and they aren't overly expensive either, but it will make this lamp complete. But for now, this is all we got. Now do your own research on pigeon lamps, but I believe they were invented, I think they came out in 1882. I believe this is 1885, so 140 odd years old, which is very, very good. 150 years old, actually. And it's in remarkably good condition. One thing unusual about this, if you look these up, there are quite a few of these for sale. Most of them, all the writing on the front is in French, because they was made in France, developed in France. This one, if I bring you in, is quite a rare one that was imported and actually sold by a UK importer. And as you can see, says on there, pigeon lamp. There we are. For burning of benzoline. Right, I've had to Google what benzoline was. I like this bit. What, 12 hours of good light for for 1/2 penny. Look, there we go. Sole agent in England, Leon. There we are. So we have the absolute security guaranteed, made in France. This thing is in lovely condition. It's unpolished. Apart from this dent here, it is very good. I think someone's brazed the handle back on, but we aren't too worried about that. We have the wick, all works. Now, benzoline. I'd heard of it, but didn't quite know what it was. Turns out, the closest thing now to benzoline is like a fuel additive, what you put in petrol cars. So I was like, right, was this meant to run, or can you run this on petrol, or do you put kerosene in it? So going on a couple of the lamp groups and asking about, some people said, yes, these are safety lamps to run on petrol, but they say you can run them on kerosene. What we're going to do, I don't know. Maybe, just maybe, I'll, make a 50-50 mix of petrol and kerosene to light this thing up. But here we go. You will see the globe on this lamp in this video, because I'm going to film it a couple of days apart. The globe and finial should be here, in a couple of days' time. But yes, I'll wait till that turns up before we finish this video. So I think we're going to get some Brasso on this, because she needs a bit of a clean-up. I'm always torn about do I or don't I, do I or don't I shine these things up. But yeah, I think every single one I've seen does have, is shined up. And the guy I spoke to, who's actually selling me the globe and that for this, he says, yep, he says, everyone shines them up. They look so much better. I'm not normally one for polished brass, but the new finial was coming at the top, that's, you know, shiny brass. So I think we might as well give the rest a shine up. I think first thing to do is I'm going to finish my cup of tea. And then, where is it? We can get Mr. Brasso out and give that a go. Oh, thank you, Mrs. Mancave. Right, before we start, we might as well get my yellow duster. Now, good news with Mrs. Mancave. It is Monday today. She's got her last session of chemotherapy. Whatever's gone on with this Brasso, I don't think she's been using a while. She's got her last session of chemotherapy today. So, well done, Rachel. So, turns out, crikey, she's going to take some polishing. Turns out that, yeah, she seems to be, according to her scans, cancer-free at the minute. That's all very good, so congratulations, Rachel. How my mate Matt, how he sits there and polish brass for hours, I do not know. There we go. Right, you don't want to see me doing this, because it's a bit boring, isn't it? Ooh. So what we'll do is, I'll finish shining this up. Oh, she's a-coming. She's coming. I'll finish shining this up, and we'll be back. Oh, yeah, she's starting to come, look. It's just going to take a little bit of time. Well, guys, 20 short minutes later, one destroyed duster. We have the polish on. I thought this bit you guys might like to see the polish off. So let's finally see what she looks like shined up. Look at that. You know, I'm not normally one for polished brass, but I must say, this is looking so much nicer with a coat of polish. Oh, and I haven't seen this either. I mean, I've only seen it with the polish on. I mean, this is, wow. Look how it's come up, guys. In 20 short minutes. Isn't brass so hard work, though? Isn't it? Oh, look at that. Matt, I can see why you polish brass now. It does look good. Oh, even the little cap on the top. My little flute. Oh, yes. There we are. And I must admit, I can see writing on the back handle that I couldn't see before. Until I polished it, I could not see this writing on the back handle. What does it say? Is it French? Is it English? Oh, there we go. We're in focus. I believe it's French. There you go. Have I got to get Google Translate out to tell me what all this is in French? Come on, where's the French speakers from school? Look, tell me what this all means. There we go. We got a light on. There we go. What does all this mean? Look, we'll start at the top. Come on. There we go. We've got that. And then we've got this and this. There we go. I'm trying to hold you guys in focus. So we do have some French writing on the back. We'll have a closer look around the front. Oh, you can see this writing so much clearer now. Look at that. Look at that lovely graphic of the pigeon. The little pigeon with the little lamp. Look, there's even a little tiny pigeon lamp on there. There we go. So there we are. I think we can get some fuel in this thing and light it. And then hopefully by that time, well, yeah, the globe will be here. So before we start, there's a packing inside there. See that all the way down? There's packing. And that is like, I believe it's like a fiberglass packing, which actually soaks up the fuel. And if you tip it over, it won't spill, even though there's petrol in there. Because there's packings in there that like hold the fluid in suspension. If you look right down the bottom, it looks like there's a void where the wick sits. So liquid fuel can sit in the bottom, but if you tip it up, knock it over, it all gets soaked up and it don't leak out. That is really ingenious for 140 years ago. That is really ingenious. So what we're going to do is I have a little mix here of kerosene and petrol. We're going to just dump that in there. There we go. Yeah, we'll dump that in there. Make sure we don't have any leaks, which I don't think we've got any leaks. No, I did just dribble a little bit, but I think that's going to be enough of that. Let's just have a look and see if we've got any. Has that all been soaked up? I think most of that has got soaked up. We need to make sure there's enough there for the wick to pick up. There we are. All right, that is definitely enough. So I think what we're going to do is the wick touching. Oh, yes, the wick is in it. So we'll give that a few minutes for that wick to soak up. We'll give that a few minutes for the wick to soak up. And then we'll give that a light up and see what it looks like. What a lovely little lamp. So, folks, it is the next day. Let me come round here. I hope you can see me. Mr. Postman's just been. Thank you so much for sending the glass out, buddy. Marvellous. So, we have the glass and the finial. Look at that cute little globe. We have the little finial and the little glass for our pigeon lamp. Now this should fit. Oh, and he's right. That fits on there. That goes on there. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. So folks, before we go any further, let's talk a little bit before we light this lovely little pigeon lamp. Let's talk a little bit about Mr. Pigeon himself, Charles Joseph Pigeon. He was born March 1838 and he died 1915. And then he started off life as a salesman in France, and then later on he went to become a bicycle lamp dealer and other lamps. But they all had a problem where they had a tendency to either cause fires, could explode, all kinds of things. So he invented the pigeon lamp, the anti-explosion lamp that runs on petrol. Benzoline, petrol, same thing. So yes, he was the one that invented it. Now then, we have more to this story because it is from a UK supplier. As you have seen, we have, where are we? 12.5 hours of good light for 1/2 penny. We've already gone through that. Sole agent, Leon Clerk, C-L-E-R-C. Right, what do we know about Leon Clerk? Well, he was Leon Charles Francis Clerk. There we go. Sadly, he died 13th of February 1924, and he left a fortune of £210, 17 pence and 7 shillings. There we go. So he was a resident of 56 Prentice Road. He was a lamp manufacturer, refiner, and he was also a member of the French Chamber of Commerce. So he was quite a powerful man. And he actually imported these in. And do you know, he's half the reason we call petrol. He came up with the name petroleum. There we go. An interesting little factoid. So yes, very interesting. Lots to see, lots to read up on. If you guys want to research pigeon lamps, or you want to, look up Leon Clerk, you can. It's interesting reading. So he was the importer of these to the UK, the sole importer, and I believe his shop in London was the only place where you could actually buy them. So to find one with his nameplate on the front, well, there you go. It makes it just a little bit more different. They are about, the guy who supplied the globe. He's very knowledgeable on pigeon lamps. He's a bit of a dealer on them. So yes, thank you very much, Phil, for sorting this out for me. Right. I think we'd better light this puppy. But there's a twist. This beautiful pigeon lamp. There we go. We don't just have one of them. I had to pick up another, didn't I? This one has been so heavily polished, the brass coating has gone off this. This one's much heavier, but I think that's because this one, I think this one's got a bit more packing in it or something, but this one's considerably heavier than this one. It could be because I have had a little bit of fuel in here to make sure it's watertight. This one is bone dry. So I think what we're going to do is fuel these two right up now and get them lit. So without any further ado, after research, where have I put it? One day I'll be more organised. I guarantee it. I will be, guys. I will be more organised one day. Here it is. It's right behind me. I have a paraffin tin. Petrol and kerosene, 50-50 mix. So we've got to ignore the sign that says paraffin. That's an old paraffin tub. So we're going to fill these two up, give them a couple of minutes, and then light them up. So let's take our globes off and the finials. There we go. There's one off. That's two off. Well, this one's tight. I haven't had this one undone yet. So this one, I'll tell you what it was is, I was looking for a glass for this one, found this complete lamp on Facebook, this one here, which had the glass, and I thought, I said to Rachel, there's one with the glass that's reasonably priced. She says, well, get that then. So I messaged the guy and said, would you post it? And he said, yes. In the meantime, I found Phil selling the glass and finials. I said to Rachel, well, the guy that's selling the glass and finial here, look, get them both, she said. I didn't need telling twice. So, as you can see, this one has the cage what the wick sits in. Wick is quite short. We need a new wick. It'll get us lit for now. This one don't have the cage, but I believe it'll work all the same. So let's fill these two. Yeah, this pot is a lot heavier. I think that's because I've had petrol in this one. I think this one's just soaked up. So here we go. We have our petrol kerosene mix. There we go. That's him done. Let's get some petrol kerosene mix in this one. This one could take a little bit more, because this one hasn't had any in it. So you got to admit a lot of that is going to be soaked up. Right. we are 3/4 full with both of these. That's good. We need to get our wicks back in. This one will go in. I don't really know why the cage is on there, to be honest. Maybe hold the wick straight, but what really matters, it's absolutely fine. There we go. So that's that one done. And let's get this one back in. We'll give these a couple of minutes to soak, and then we'll see if we can light these up. There we are. Let's put our finial on. We need to put the finials on first, if not that'll snuff the flame. Yeah. Which one is your favourite, guys? The gold one or the silver one? Yeah. Right. We'll give these a couple of minutes. And then, oh yes, and then we'll get these lit. So guys, without any further ado, let's get these lovely little pair of lamps. Let's get these lit up. They have been soaking for about 15 minutes, so I'm sure they've got fuel. Right, let's have a go. Come on. Oh, I don't know whether that has soaked enough up. Come on. Oh, here we go. He's away. That's one away. Oh, yes, this one's definitely lighting. There we go. Both of our lovely little pigeon lamps are alight. Let's replace the globes. Oh, look at that. All right, we've got a little bit of smoke, so we'll turn him down. There we are. No smoke. There we go. Neither of these lamps are smoking. Aren't they absolutely beautiful little things? Pigeon lamps. Who would ever have thought? Would you believe until last Saturday I had never heard of a pigeon lamp? And now here I am with 2 of them. Yeah, absolutely beautiful. So let's get down and we'll have a look at the one with French. I'll do a side by side. I'll lower the camera right down so you can read the nameplates. Silver one is in French. This one is in English. Let's turn these up a little. There we go. Maybe I should have run these on neat petrol instead of petrol and kerosene, because these were designed for petrol. And but I've heard people in the club say they run them on paraffin, all kinds of things. Right, let's zoom right in and see if we can get you. There we go. There are our 2 pigeon lamps side by side. I do hope you can see all the text on these 2 lamps. We have a bit of a shadow on this one, which is unfortunate. There we go. Still a shadow. Never mind. Let's bring it down. See if we can get you down to a more suitable angle. There we are. So there we go. You can now see the text on both of these lovely little lamps. There we are. Aren't they absolutely gorgeous? The similarities in the nameplates are so very similar from one to the other. With the pictures of the pigeon, I especially like the pigeon down here. I think it's lovely. The pigeon on this one, I believe there is a pigeon. There he is. There we go. There is a pigeon on that one as well. Look, on the French one. Yeah. And these are also very interesting. They have handle, so you can wall hang them, look. Flat backed. Now the handle on the brass one, unfortunately, is quite bent up. Now I don't like I've tried straightening that by hand, but I don't like the ideas of straightening it because I do not want to break it off, so I think that one can stay as it is, but it should be like this one. There we are. There are our pair of Pigeon lamps. Aren't they absolutely beautiful little lamps? Look at them two. Right. Tell you what, let's turn some light out and see exactly what these are. We'll turn the two studio lights out. There we go. Shall we turn the big light out as well? Let's turn the main room light. There we are. Ooh, do you know, I can actually see quite nicely. There. What about if we turn off the salt lamp as well? There we go. So now we are just on Pigeon power. There. They have a nice light to them. They really do have a nice light. Let's turn this one up a little to match the other one. There you go. Absolutely marvellous. So there are our Pigeon lamps. There we go. All the lamps back on. There we are. Right. I think we can take this out, get some beauty shots of these beautiful little lamps. There we go. And we'll call this video a day. Drop in the comments. Have you guys ever heard of a pigeon lamp? I'd never heard of them, I must admit. But now I've got one, I can see a collection of damn pigeon lamps coming up. But these will be displayed behind me at some point very soon because I absolutely love them. I think they are fantastic little things. So yes, there we are. So that's it, guys, for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Hit that like button, hype points, whatever. We are still growing this channel. It's doing quite well, I must admit. But yes, please keep watching. More will be coming over Norfolk Man Cave very soon. There's an interesting review coming up. I don't normally sort of talk about reviews too much. On the other channel, Norfolk Man Cave, I do a couple of reviews, simply because I must get seriously 5 or 6 emails every week, companies wanting me to review things, everything from ladies' purses to some software, you know, VPNs, and that don't interest me. You know, that really doesn't interest me, but occasionally I do get asked to review things. I only review things that I find interesting and that I could use and that I think you guys would find interesting. There's no point me reviewing a lady's perfume or a lady's purse. I haven't got a clue. You guys wouldn't be interested. I do have a couple of reviews coming up on Norfolk Man Cave, and I don't think you're going to want to miss them. I really don't. So if you do see a review, if you see one of my titles and it's a product name, watch it, because it will be something that interests you. I wouldn't record something that's not going to interest you guys. You know, you don't have to buy one. You know, they're just things that I think you'll find is interesting. You know, one of them is, well, an electric tricycle, possibly a robotic lawnmower, things like that. Some car scanning equipment, because I have the lingo troubles with AdBlue, DPF, and all that caper. This lamp keep wanting to go out. There we go. I think we've just got to do some fine wick adjustment. They're both away now. Get you down a bit, sunshine. There we go. Right. That is going to be it for this video. like I said, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you're enjoying this new channel. Drop it in the comments. Please engage as much as you want to. You know, Mrs. Mancave has took over as secretary. So if there's a reply, the likelihood is it's going to be from her, because she said, Adam, you do all the videos, you make them, you edit them, you upload them. I do nothing. The least I can do is take over as an admin to help you out. So she's now in charge of comments. She does the Facebook thing. Yeah, I'm not that good on the computer side of things, I'll be honest with you. It's this side of the camera where I feel I'm best. So that's what I tend to, you know, stick to. But yes, we will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now. Well, hello, Kelter fella. Cut!